So, anyways, I know it's going to sound ridiculous, but basically, the root of everything that's going on in the world right now is at the North Pole since probably the 20s, turn of the century. The government, or whatever you want to call it, the people in control have been going there, and they have been working on a tower, which is the same tower as in ancient times that they're rebuilding. That's why there is no North Pole on maps. There's no, when you look at like symbols are everywhere. They put it everywhere. So you talk about the Bible and the Whore of Babel. That's the Statue of Liberty. Semiramis, Isis, whatever you want to call it. She's the wife of Nimrod, who was one of the leaders of Babel at the time. Babel just means pylon. It means Papillon, Babylon. The B's inverted because we're in the West. Papillon means pa's pylons, the pylon to the Father. A pylon, if you look in the dictionary, is a electrical tower or a gateway to a gateway to the heavens, a gateway to God, or just like a big tower. So it's the tower to the Father. Polaris was always God's abode in ancient times and in present times. It always is. The Wizard of Oz, that's why it's all crimson or emerald cities, because of the northern lights. So, we get the gift of flight, and first thing they do is they send expeditions up there. They find out it is true. They've known that for a long time, but now they can get up there. They set up the dew line and start sending materials up there like crazy, and using the government's money, tax money, to do it. And so that's where all the basically all the money they get, even from like this $1,200 Trump shit. What they do is they write it up for all these people, but barely, a small percentage of the people actually apply for it and get it. They make it for probably 4 times the amount of people that actually get it. Where's the rest of the money go? They put it towards that tower. The powers that be. I don't know what the powers that be really are. I don't want to sound really crazy, but there's some other entities that are involved. That are involved in the government and whatever else. So, I know I sound like a nut right now, but it's true. You look into it, it's like, so then you look at all the pictures, like Paramount Pictures, right? Paramount's got the mountain, the holy mountain, like throughout the Bible, so they always talk about it. And it's going to be hidden for a long time. And talk about it is, it was, then it is not, then it will be again. And talks about how it'll be this desolate islands for a long time, like the Mercator map. Well, you look at Paramount Pictures and Columbia Pictures. The way the powers that be always do stuff is with twos. You got Coke, Pepsi, Chevy, Ford, but they're both them. And you got Paramount and Columbia. Columbia is the Whore of Babel. She sits on many waters. She's the Nimrod's wife. That's why in Russia you have the sorrowful mother at the 40, basically the same. It's within like 10 feet, the same dimensions. It's like almost the same degree of latitude or longitude, I forget. It's basically the same thing, same spot. It's on their furthest east coast. But she's not pregnant. She's a sorrowful mother. She lost whatever her counterpart, her consort. Then you get to over here, and she's pregnant again, carrying the light of Lucifer. Its face is Apollo too, which is basically the Antichrist or whatever you want to call it. The Bible says goes by Apollyon. Anyway, so look at Paramount. Look at the way the words are too. After Babel, they always do the words have multiple meanings. So you got Paramount. What does that mean? It means for the mount. It also means surrounding the mount. Par amount means for the mount, surrounding the mount, and of paramount importance. So there's that. Then you got Columbia. She's the Whore of Babel. The one that that's a whole other study. But it's like, if you look at the analogies, they're awesome. You couldn't make a better analogy. The whore analogy, like I'll get into that some other time. But this is just a quick rundown of what's really going on in the world today, and what we're going to be enlightened to here soon enough. The reason they aren't telling us what they're doing is because nobody would agree to it. We wouldn't let this happen. I mean, the Bible thumpers would be pissed. They wouldn't let it happen. Everybody want to go there. It'd be insanity, So for the time being, they're keeping it under wraps, and they're just playing everybody for fools, and they're just gaining more control by the minute, and they're using us to do it to ourselves. I mean, look at how out of control the police are right now. And I come from a line of my predecessors have all been police officers, and they were good men. Now it's like, I mean, I'm sure there's still many good men that are police officers and good people and good women, but there's also many that are just super shitty. I mean, they're horrible, doing horrible things. I'm not going to say they're horrible people, and I've had experience with that. I mean, just rob, rape, and pillage. I mean, they're just fucking horrible. But, anyways, that's another study for another time as well. But yeah, so anyway, I just wanted to start the process of talking about this with people and see if anybody out there understands as well, if it's been killing them watching what's been going on lately. So anyway, if anybody knows what I'm talking about, it'd be cool to see your comments. Thanks, bye.